going to talk about a couple different aspects of surface area. The first that we're going to talk about is lateral area. Now, lateral area is the area of the surface that is not the bases. And so when I say this, I'm meaning you find the surface area and subtract the bases. So in a prism, it would be everything but that pentagon that's in the pentagonal prism. Okay, so the lateral surface area is all the stuff that makes up the sides that are not the bases. And the surface area is the total area of all the faces of a 3D shape. And so the formulas that I'm going to show you are basically what we've been doing already and just adding them all up. Okay, and so let's look at example 1. In example 1, we have this rectangular prism here. And if we remember, of course, the number of faces, we have 6 faces. And we have, you know, the same thing as finding the area of a rectangle. And so basically, we just need to figure out what's what. And so if I just outline the bases, and I go ahead and draw these rectangles, because that's really all it is for a prism like this. If I draw these bases and I label them, they're going to be 8 wide and 6 like this. Okay, you see how this works? And so this is the base here. So if you want to, you can label this. This is 8 and this is another 6. So that's what this is. So the area is 48. Well, the bases is going to be times 2. So 48 times 2 equals 96. So this up here is 48 and the bottom one is also 48. Okay, so that's one of them. And when we look at the lateral surface area, that's not the bases, these sides here, we have 2 different sides, and one of them is 8 by 12. So we draw in this rectangle, 8 by 12. And so this is going to be 96 in and of itself. So this one here is 96. And it's got a partner on the back side, right? So there's 2 of these. And 96 times 2 is going to give me 200 minus 8, so that's going to be 192. Okay, cm squared. So cm squared. So far, here's what I've got. I've got this, and I've got this. That's representing 4 sides of this shape. Well, my last one is going to be this shaded side here and its partner. And if I go ahead and write this down here, sorry, it's getting close to the bottom, but it's also a rectangle, and it's 6 by 12. Well, its area is going to be equal to 6 times 12 is 72. And so I know that there's going to be 2 of these, so 72 times 2 is 144 cm squared. And the process is complete now for all 3 sides. And so I have 96 plus 192 plus 144 equals my total. Now if I add these up, I'm going to get 150, 240, 340, 430, 432 cm squared. Let's check my mental math. Got a calc here. 96 plus 192 plus 144 equals 432. Okay, 432 centimeters squared. Now this is my surface area, right? Well, my lateral area is all of this minus these 2 bases. So 432 minus 96 is going to give me 336 for my lateral area. Okay? So that's how this works. Lateral surface area is everything but the bases, and surface area total is everything. Let me divide this up. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about volume of 3-dimensional objects, and a couple of things that we need to talk about with volume is we're going to start out laying the groundwork. And so when I have this pentagonal prism here, it's given in two views. This is an oblique pentagonal prism because it's got that little bit of tilt to it, and this is a right pentagonal prism. And a couple of things that we need to know about these. We need to know the area of the volume, or the formula for the volume of a prism. It's equal to the area of base times height. And so when I have this oblique prism here, this is going to be the height. Drop directly down from the height, how tall it is, down to the ground at a 90-degree angle. The height of this one is going to be just that side length because it intersects the ground at a right angle. So that's it. That's all there is to it. And so when we find the volume of these shapes here, really what we're going to do is find the area of the base and multiply it times the height. So when I look at this first one, and this big B is going to be area of base, you'll see that it doesn't really matter. So if I make this the base, that's going to be 10 times 12 base times the height, which is equal to 12 times 10 times 8, which is going to give me 120 times 8 is equal to 960 centimeters cubed, and volume is going to be in cubed units. Okay? What if I made this front side the base? Then it would be 8 times 10 times 12, which would also give me 960 centimeters cubed. So I hope you see it doesn't really particularly matter which one it is, and for this rectangular prism, it's going to be length times width times height. And so that's the basics of finding the volume of a prism. So let's move over to this one. Base times height. Area of the base. Well, the base in this case is a pentagon, and at this point we should be pretty comfortable with the pentagon as a polygon. And I know this is 36. They were nice to us and gave us that one this time. And this whole thing is 5. So this is going to be 2.5. I'm going to pull out this shape here. And this is going to be 36. This will be 2.5. And I know I need the apothem because this is going to be 1/2 apothem times perimeter. And my apothem is going to be involving these trig ratios once again. So tangent 36 is equal to opposite over adjacent, or apothem, multiply times A on both sides. A tangent 36 is equal to 2.5 divided by tangent 36 divided by tangent 36. A is equal to 2.5 divided by tangent 36. Now, let me move this up just a little bit. That's my apothem. And so, coming over here in green, let me box this off. The base is equal to 1/2 2.5 over tangent 36 times the perimeter, which is going to be 35, right? Because it's 5 on each side. Oh, no, just 25. I messed up. I was thinking of this 7 over here. Just going to be 25. Okay, and so what I end up with is, I've got it written down here, 31.25 over tangent 36. That's the area of my base. And so the area of the base times the height is equal to 31.25 over tangent 36 times 7, which is going to give me a grand total of about 301.1 meters squared. That's all there is to it. Area of the base. Base being something we already know how